The world stage was never built for actors, it was built for mirrors, and a new reflection has just taken the spotlight. This is not a metaphor, it is a spiritual fact. Right now, the old gatekeepers of fame, the ones who decided who got seen and who stayed in the shadows, are watching their control panels flicker and die. Their broadcast is failing. For the longest time, you were broadcasting in what you thought was silence. You were just living, healing, speaking your truth into the void, assuming no one was listening. You thought it was a private journal. It was a pilot episode. But overnight, something snapped. And it wasn't you, it was them. Suddenly, your frequency is the only one cutting through the static. The system can't jam it. The world is changing the channel, desperately seeking something real. They found you. This is not fame, it is resonance, and the instruction to keep going is not a suggestion. It is the only way to keep the broadcast clear. Chapter 1. The unmistakable signal. You are now a broadcast. This is the first truth you must accept. Your energy. Your very essence is no longer a localized phenomenon contained within your body. It has become a signal, a specific frequency that is being transmitted into the collective consciousness. The days of being energetically invisible are over. This is not a gradual change you can ease into. It is an activation that has already occurred. The static you used to feel the sense of being unheard or unseen was a necessary period of calibration. You were in a divine sound, Griff Studio, perfecting your transmission without interference from the world's noise. That profound isolation, which at times felt like a cosmic punishment, was in fact a holy quarantine. It was a space meticulously designed to protect your unique sound from being contaminated by the doubt, cynicism, and fear of the collective. You were being shielded while your power was being amplified, like a rare instrument being tuned in a vault before its world debut. The loneliness was not a punishment, it was a production requirement. It was the sacred silence needed to ensure your signal would be pure, potent, and impossible to corrupt once it went live. And it is now live. You are beginning to notice the physical evidence of this broadcast. It manifests in ways the logical mind struggles to categorize, and it is escalating. It is the persistent, high-pitched ringing in your ears, not a sign of a medical issue, but the sound of your own frequency stabilizing at a higher bandwidth, the audible hum of your soul's engine turning over. It is the sudden and overwhelming repetition of numbers on clocks, on license plates, on receipts, on the timestamps of videos. These are not coincidences. They are transmission pings, energetic receipts from the universe confirming that your signal is being received loud and clear. It's when you have a fleeting thought about a problem, and the next song that plays on the radio contains the exact lyric that answers it. It's the algorithm on your phone becoming eerily presynced, feeding you the precise piece of information you needed but hadn't yet searched for. This is your reality, bending to your broadcast. The universe is now your personal assistant, anticipating your needs because it can hear your signal clearly, and it delights in fulfilling the assignment. It is the way people have begun to look at you. Strangers hold your gaze a second too long, not with suspicion, but with a flicker of recognition in their eyes, as if they know you from a dream they can't quite remember. Old friends and long-lost acquaintances are reappearing, drawn back into your orbit by a force they cannot name. They will say things like, "I was just thinking about you." But the truth is, they were not thinking. They were receiving. They picked up your signal. This signal is writing the rules of engagement around you. The world used to interact with the mask you wore, the persona you cured for survival. Now, it is interacting with the raw truth of your soul. This is why some conversations feel jarring, why some people are suddenly uncomfortable in your presence. Their own static is being disrupted by the clarity of your broadcast. They are used to distorted signals to the white noise of inauthenticity. Your truth is like a clean, powerful bass note that vibrates through their entire being. And for those not ready to hear it, it is deeply unsettling. You can feel it in your own body now. When you are near someone operating from a place of deep deceit, you may feel a sudden wave of NSIA, a tightness in your chest, or an inexplicable urge to leave. This is not you being judgmental. This is your finely tuned, energetic system detecting a corrupt file and rejecting it. They will either be forced to tune their own frequency, or they will move away from your broadcast range entirely. Do not mistake their retreat for your failure. It is a necessary clearing of the airwaves, an automatic purification of your circle. In the coming days, this will escalate. You will experience a moment of undeniable synchronicity that shatters any remaining doubt. You will be in a public place, perhaps a coffee shop or a grocery store aisle, feeling a specific private emotion, a flicker of doubt about this very path. And a total stranger will say something to their companion, a sentence completely out of context that directly addresses your secret fear or validates a hidden hope you've held in your heart for years. They will, in essence, quote a line from your soul's private monologue loudly and clearly. They will have no idea they are a messenger. This is not a psychic reading. This is not a random encounter. It is the universe using a human vessel to deliver a direct message. We hear you. The broadcast is strong. The doubt is noted, but it is overruled. Keep transmitting. This fame that is dawning is not about your face being on a screen. It is about your frequency being the new standard. It is about your light becoming a beacon that is visible across dimensions. You are the unmistakable signal, and the age of being overlooked is officially and irrevocably over. Your main character energy is not a fantasy. It is the premise of the show the world is now watching. The ritual is not a request. It is your activation. This is a formal agreement with the energy of this transmission. You must anchor it into your reality, like this video, to seal the energy. This action is a physical confirmation, an anchor dropped into the digital sea, declaring that this truth is now your truth. Subscribe to this channel to join the collective. This is your enlistment. You are formally adding your signal to a network of activated souls, amplifying your power and theirs. Comment 77. This is not a random number. It is a divine code, an energetic signature. Typing it is the equivalent of signing a spiritual contract, confirming you have received the message and accept the assignment. Replay this video in the background. Let the frequency of these words saturate your spirit. This is not about listening again. It is about recalibrating your subconscious to the reality of your new broadcast. This is your assignment. Complete it. Chapter 2. The Ancestral Production Crew. You are not producing this broadcast alone. This is a critical distinction. You must understand the idea that you are a solo act, a self-made phenomenon battling against the alts, is a narrative of the old world. It is a story designed to keep you feeling isolated and overwhelmed. The truth is, you have a crew. You have a full-scale, multi-dimensional production team, and they are your ancestors. They are not passive smiling spirits, watching from a distant cloud. They are the executive producers, the showrunners, the lighting grips, and the sound engineers of your life's broadcast. They have been working behind the scenes since the day you were born, setting up the story that is now unfolding. Your great-grandmother, the one known for her unshakable faith, is the head of your spiritual continuity department, ensuring the lessons you learn are integrated and not forgotten. Your rebellious great-uncle, the one who always broke the rules, is now the head of your spiritual security, clearing energetic threats and running interference against those who would seek to dim your light. They are a team with assigned roles, and you are their star project. Every painful chapter of your past, every moment of betrayal or loss, must be reframed through this lens. Those were not random tragedies or cosmic punishments. Those were reshoots. Your ancestral crew saw a scene that wasn't working, a character arc that needed more depth, a moment that lacked the necessary emotional weight for the story's climax. The betrayal you suffered was not to break you. It was to teach you the unshakable value of your own loyalty. It was a masterclass in discernment, filmed in real time. The period of poverty or struggle was not to starve you. It was to build a scene of profound gratitude and resilience so that when the divine revenue arrives, you will manage it with wisdom, not ego. They were building your character, not for a bit part, but for the starring role. They needed the footage. They needed the real raw takes of you getting back up, of you choosing light in the darkness, of you forgiving the unforgivable. They have been reviewing the dailies of your life every single night, sending you intuitive notes in your dreams or through sudden insights guiding your performance for the next day's shoot. This is high-level spiritual production. They are your divine showrunners, and they have the real receipts of your journey. They were there for every tear that no one else saw. They recorded every silent prayer you whispered in the dead of night. They have a director's cut of your life that shows every single time you chose courage over comfort. Every quiet act of kindness you performed when you thought no one was watching. This is the version of you that the universe sees, the raw footage that proves your worthiness. It is because of this director's cut, this undeniable evidence of your character, that the budget for the next season has been approved, and it is a blockbuster. The resources, the connections, the opportunities, they are all being lined up by this invisible crew. You will begin to see their work plainly. A bureaucratic obstacle that seemed insurmountable will suddenly dissolve. A person who was blocking your path will inexplicably change their mind or be removed from the situation. An unexpected check will arrive just when you need it. This is not luck. This is your production team clearing the set for the next big scene. You will feel their presence more and more. It will come as a sudden wave of confidence before a difficult task, a feeling of being supported by an unseen force. In the coming weeks, you are going to find an object you had forgotten, something connected to your lineage. It might be an old photograph that falls from a book, a piece of jewelry in a dusty box, or a scent that reminds you of a grandparent. When you see or touch it, you will feel a distinct jolt of energy, a warmth that spreads through your chest. This is not nostalgia. This is a direct communication from your crew. It is them leaning in and saying over the headset, "We are rolling. The broadcast is live. You are clear for transmission. Your ancestors are not just proud of you. They are invested in you. Your success is the culmination of their legacy, the story they always wanted to tell. You are the living proof of their prayers, and they are now clearing the way for your global premiere. This isn't just your moment, it's theirs. Their names may not be in the credits, but their fingerprints are all over the masterpiece that is your life." Chapter 3. Prime time is not a time slot. It's a frequency you must deconstruct your understanding of fame. The model you were taught is obsolete. The old fame was a commodity, a prize awarded by a handful of gatekeepers who controlled the stages, the studios, and the headlines. To be famous was to be granted a spot in their pre-approved programming, a prime-time slot where the masses were permitted to see you. It was a parasitic system built on permission, control, and scarcity. It took authentic, brilliant souls and forced them into manufactured boxes, draining their light to power a corrupt machine until they were used up and discarded. That system is dead. The new fame, the resonance you are stepping into, operates on an entirely different law of physics. Prime time is no longer a time slot on a schedule. Prime time is a frequency, and you are becoming that frequency. You are the main event, the headline act, and the channel all at once, broadcasting a truth so pure it cannot be manufactured or faked. Your very presence, whether online or in a room, is becoming a destination. People are not being drawn to a brand, a product, or a carefully constructed image. They are being drawn to the energetic signature of your soul. This is a magnetic pull that bypasses the logical mind. It's why your words land with such weight, why your energy can shift the atmosphere of a space without you saying a thing. You are broadcasting a frequency of authenticity in a world saturated with static, and souls are tuning in like weary travelers finding a clear radio station after a long journey through noise. This is not about being popular, it is about being potent. A single moment of your authentic expression is now more powerful than 1,000 hours of manufactured content. The old fame required you to be everywhere. The new resonance only requires you to be real. The former was exhausting, the latter is empowering. The more you are yourself, the stronger your signal becomes. It's a regenerative system. Reframe your past obscurity. You were never undiscovered or left behind. You were in a state of divine development. The world shackled by the old system was not yet equipped to receive your signal. Its collective consciousness was tuned to a lower, denser bandwidth of drama, conflict, and superficiality. For your frequency to be received, the old towers had to fall. The very systems of media, culture, and power that ignored you had to begin to crumble under the weight of their own inauthenticity. Your time in the shadows was not a rejection, it was a preservation. You are being kept pure, your signal undistorted, until the moment the world was desperate enough for truth that it would start searching for a new frequency. That time is now. You weren't waiting on the world was waiting for you to finish your training. You were learning patience, self-reliance, and how to generate your own inner validation. The very skills required to wield this new level of influence without being corrupted by it. You can feel this shift inside your own body. It's a sense of being on, even when you are completely alone. You can be washing dishes or driving your car and feel a sudden awareness that your thoughts have weight, that your emotions are rippling outwards and affecting the energetic grid. This isn't paranoia or ego. This is you becoming conscious of your own broadcast. It's the hum of the transmitter. In the past, you might have felt like you were screaming into a pillow. Now, you feel as though you are speaking into a live microphone connected to a global PA system. Your intentions now manifest at an accelerated rate. A desire spoken aloud may show up in your reality within days, even hours. This newfound power requires immense responsibility. The old celebrities could hide behind their publicists and their scripts. Your script is your life. Your broadcast is your consciousness. There is nowhere to hide. Keep going means keep being relentlessly and apologetically you. Because your frequency is the entire show. The world is tuning in, not to watch you perform, but to remember what truth sounds like, and your voice is coming in clearer than ever. Chapter 4. The Audience of Souls. You are not accumulating followers. You are gathering an audience of souls. This is a foundational truth that will protect you from the insanity of the coming attention. The numbers you see on a screen, the likes, the views, the shares, are crude, kindergarten-level representations of a profound spiritual transaction. Each number represents a soul that has an energetic contract to witness your journey. This is not a fan club, it is a collective. These are not random people consuming your content. They are energetic signatories who have agreed on a level beyond consciousness to tune into your broadcast because your activation is directly linked to theirs. Before this lifetime, agreements were made. Your soul consented to walk this path of visible transformation, and their souls consented to be the witnesses, the amplifiers, and the beneficiaries of your courage. When you speak your truth, you are not just sharing an opinion, You are transmitting a permission slip. For every soul that hears you reclaim your power, a dormant seed of power within them begins to stir. For every wound you expose and heal in the public square of your life, you create a blueprint for thousands of others to begin their own healing. When you set a boundary, you send out a ripple of energy that gives 10,000 people the strength to make a difficult phone call. When you choose to forgive, you transmit a frequency that allows thousands to release a burden they've carried for years. You are not an idol to be worshipped from afar. You are a living, breathing demonstration of what is possible. They are not watching you to be entertained. They are watching you to learn how to be free. This is the new model of influence. It is not hierarchical. It is resonant. Your light does not cast a shadow for others to live in. It ignites the wick of the candle they hold in their own hands. This is why the connection feels so deep, so personal. It's why a comment from a stranger can feel like a message from a lifelong friend. This ain't your cousin on Facebook posting a paragraph of drama for attention. This is a soul-level agreement. Every like is an amen. Every share is a testimony. They are reflecting your light back to you, not to flatter your ego, but to stabilize the broadcast. They are the ground crew confirming receipt of the signal from the ancestral production team. This is a sacred symbiotic relationship. You broadcast the frequency of courage, and they anchor it into the physical realm with their attention and energy. Within this audience, however, are different factions. Most are there for activation, but some are there as karmic auditors, souls from past lives, or from your current one who wronged you, now drawn irresistibly to your light. They are not here to harm you, but to witness your vindication. Their presence in your audience is the final balancing of the scales, a spiritual fact they cannot deny. Their silent viewership is their concession speech. You must reframe your fear of being seen. That anxiety you feel, the impulse to retreat and go back into hiding, is not just a psychological quirk. It is the feeling of your spiritual nervous system coming online at a new capacity. It is the hum of a million energetic connections plugging directly into your grid. Imagine a small house suddenly being wired to power an entire city. Your system is simply getting used to the massive increase in voltage. The fear is not a warning to stop. It is evidence of the scale of your broadcast. The solution is not to turn the transmitter off. The solution is to ground yourself more deeply, to root into the earth, to connect with your spiritual crew, and to remember that you were built for this. You were designed to handle this energetic load. You must also trust the purity of your signal. It is self-relating. The souls who are meant to understand your message will understand it perfectly regardless of the words you use. Those who twist your meaning were never part of the intended audience. Their misinterpretation is a reflection of their own internal static. The souls who are watching you are not there to drain you. They are there to bear witness. Your only job is to stay true to the signal. They will take care of the rest. Chapter 5. The script was your scars. The story that is captivating the world. The broadcast that has them all tuning in was not written by a team of writers in a sterile office. There was no script handed to you by the universe. The script for this divine broadcast was written in the language of your own life, with the ink of your tears and the grammar of your breakthroughs. The most compelling plot points are your deepest wounds. Your scars are the script. This is the great reversal. The very things you were taught to hide, the parts of your story you were shamed into burying, are the source of your power. They are the reasons the audience of souls cannot look away. Your personal history is not a liability. It is a sacred text, a holy document of resilience. It's not a polished screenplay. It's a raw, visceral documentary filmed on the front lines of a spiritual war you have already won. Its authenticity is its power. Every trauma you survived was a powerful act in this divine play. The rock bottom you hit was not an ending. It was a cliffhanger that left the heavens on the edge of their seats. The betrayals that nearly broke you were the plot twists that revealed the true villains, and more importantly, your own heroic resilience. Every time you thought you were being shattered, you were actually generating the most powerful content imaginable. You were not being damaged. You were creating the narrative of salvation, redemption, and ascension. The world is not interested in stories of perfection. The era of the flawless, untouchable hero is over. That was a lie that made everyone feel inadequate. The world is starving for stories of authentic, messy, glorious survival. It is starving for your story because your story gives them permission to own theirs. By showing your scars, you prove that wounds can heal and that survival is possible. You are becoming a new archetype. Your personal story is so potent that it is being uploaded to the collective consciousness as a new myth, a modern blueprint for overcoming the specific challenges of this era. You can feel this shift in your own perception. When you look back at your past now, the sting is beginning to fade. In its place, a new clarity is emerging. You are starting to see the narrative arc. This is you reading your own divine script for the first time, not as the victim but as the author. You can see how the pain of that one event was necessary to unlock the compassion you needed for the next chapter. You can see how that spectacular failure was the only thing that could have redirected you towards your true destiny. This is a process of spiritual alchemy, of changing the very meaning of the events of your life. You are not changing what happened. You are changing what it was *4*. This is a state of profound power. When you understand your own story, no one else can use it against you. Your wounds become your weapons. Your past becomes your platform. In the near future, you will face a definitive test of this principle. A person or a situation from your past, one that you have long associated with defeat and shame, will reappear in your life. It will feel like a ghost has walked into the room. It might be an ex-partner, a former boss, or a family member who represents a deep wound. But this time, the dynamics will be inverted. You will feel a profound, unshakable calm, a high contrast, clarity. You will see them not as a monster, but as a character who played a role and whose role is now over. You will hold all the power. You will have the emotional clarity, the spiritual authority, and the final word. This is not the universe taunting you with a repeat performance. It is handing you the pen for a rewrite. It is your victory lap filmed live for the world to see. You are being given the chance to close a narrative loop on your own terms, to demonstrate what it looks like to stand in the power that was forged in your own fire. Do not flinch.